need a man that is gonna lead me down the right path and show me the right ways. Someone who is experienced. You young boys aren't experienced. And to all the girls that come to me for advice with being with an older man, disregard all the Viagra comments because we doing okay over here. I got that Benjamin Button. Make my man feel young again.
If you would like to see the full 52-second video of your girl Ashley Martelle from Taz's Angels, from what I hear, beautiful model who's dating Irv Gotti from Murder Inc., now The Inc., you know, infamous record label that had the beef with 50 Cent back in the day. If you want to hear what she had to say, now there's music playing in some of the videos, so I could not play the whole thing here on YouTube, but all you got to do is click the link below in the description box, visit my blog. It's there for you in its entirety. Here's what she said about this video. I'm sorry, but we don't have time for games over here. I needs me a grown man. A 20-year-old like me needs some guidance in this nasty world. Thank God I found you, daddy. At Irv Gotti 187, hashtag Benjamin Button. Damn. She says she needs that preserved wood, that Moses staff, that aged penis. She wants a man at least old enough that when she calls him daddy in public, people turn around and look and think she's talking to her actual father. But hey, that's none of my business. All I know is this. She is bad as hell. I couldn't even post all of the images on YouTube, Jesus. You would have to visit my blog to see this. I'm talking about her in a bikini, her with her naked ass out. Just, anyways, I'm not going to ruin it for you. You can visit my blog and see for yourself exactly what I'm talking about. All I'm going to say is the green outfit or gray. Or, I can't even tell what color it is, but she's like, I guess, sitting on the sink. You know how girls put their booty on the sink and take the picture in the bathroom mirror, shit like that. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say is anyways. Woo, Jesus. But anyways, a lot of people are upset because of their age difference now. I think she's 20 and gonna turn 21, and I think Irv Gotti is in his 40s. As a matter of fact, as I'm recording this, I'm gonna go look up his age right now just to check. But yeah, I heard that she's only 20 years old. So a lot of people are upset by that. They're saying like, oh, you know, he's too old for you. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, what is this mess? You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. And yeah, according to Google, he's 45. And, you know, they've been dating for a little while now. At least for months, I guess, because I saw some pictures that were at least weeks old. I don't know how many weeks. But, you know, they seem to have some sort of situationship. I don't know if it's a real relationship or if it's just merely a situationship. When I say situationship, I mean like they have things worked out so they work for them. You know what I mean? Like they both look happy with whatever their current arrangement is, even though people are severely judging them. And it's so funny because this like football player, I think it was, I don't know if he was cheating on his girlfriend or what. It was something very recent. It was some sort of story that was going around about some guy. I think he may have been only in his 30s. He wasn't like, I don't think he was 45 like Irv Gotti. He might have been 40 or a little bit old. I'm pretty sure he was in his 30s though. And some girl he was messing with was like 21. And well, there was one woman specifically when I was on social media that said that he was like a rapist or a molester. I think she said he was like a child molester because this dude is like significantly older. I'm pretty sure he's at least 10 to 15 years older. He might be 20 years older because she was 21. I'm just not perfectly sure of the actual age difference specifically. What I do know is this though, that when that woman said that, I was just like, what in the world? And it made me cringe. It's like you're basically calling the guy a criminal because of his dating choice, you know. And if you're a 40-year-old woman, just for example, or let's use the same ages that Irv Gotti and Ashley Martelle are, 45 and 20. Let's be very specific here. If a 45-year-old woman and a 20-year-old man who's about to turn 21, or just 20 years old period, we're dating, people who say she was getting her damn groove back. They would think about that movie from back in the day, Stella got her groove back, or whatever it's called specifically. And they would say that it was just the greatest thing in the world. And they say, that's right, girl. Get them young and raise them right and stuff like that. People will have little sayings to say. But when you're a man and you do something like that, you're considered to be creepy. That's why when teachers sleep with these students, it's not considered to be a big deal. And people make excuses like, well, he's a young boy, he must have liked it, blah, blah, blah. People say some off the chain stuff. And I just sit back and I'm like, really? Because men can never be victims. Men can only be predators. Even if they're not being a predator, they will become one in some people's eyes. So people are basically acting as if Gotti is committing a crime or something like that. And that's not the case. He's not doing anything illegal. And if you don't like his relationship, I mean, you don't ever have to get into one like this with somebody you're 25 years the senior of. I understand that he was an adult before she was born, and I get that. And I'm not saying that it's okay to be in a relationship like this. I'm not saying it's not. Honestly, I don't care. Like, on a personal level, if that's what they want to do, they're both adults. I'm like, whatever. But other people were getting really emotional about it, like being real extra. And like she had said, that people were leaving like Viagra comments. Like, in other words, people were trying to shame him, make him feel guilty about liking her, loving her, or even if he just has lust and like for her, whatever's going on in his mind and his heart. People were looking at him like as if he must have done something wrong, like he's having, as they say, a midlife crisis. And it's funny because if a woman, for example, buys herself, I don't know, a Porsche at the age of, let's say 45, for example, a woman who's working and she's been working all of her life, since she was 15 or 16, 17, 18, went to college, did her thing, started a business or whatever. She finally got up the money to buy her dream car, Porsche. People would say, well, obviously you worked for it and you deserve it. Now, if a man buys his first Porsche at 45 years old, they call it a midlife crisis. They're looking at you like, you obviously got that because you're trying to attract younger women, and you got that because you have something going on with you where you have this complex. It must be some sort of like mental disorder or something like that within a man that would make him at 45 want to get a younger woman or get the Porsche or whatever it may be. And I just think that that's just so incredibly insane, so judgmental. It's like no matter what we do as men, we get called monsters and all sorts of just negative names. It's like people don't want to see, at least in America, over here in the West, they don't want to see men happy. That's just my opinion. I wish them the best. Do I think it's going to last? Don't ask me. But I still wish them the best, though. I'm not trying to stop their love. Anyways, just because I'm not wishing the worst in their relationship doesn't mean that you're not. How do you feel about it? Like I said, I'm basically like, whatever about it. Are you for relationships with such large age gaps like theirs? Or are you against it? Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. For the record, she's a former Taz's angel because somebody posted something about it up on a website and whatnot. And I saw that in the search engine looking for information. So, yeah, she's a former Taz's angel. Meat Magazine.